We're checking in on our mealworm farm. So a while ago, I felt like our chickens were not getting enough protein. And after doing a little bit of research, I figured one of the most cost-effective situations to do, or one of the most cost-effective solutions, would be to start growing our own. So we decided to go with insects because insects are really efficient at converting food into self. We decided to go with mealworms because they're a very easy insect to grow. And I'm going to show you the system that we have for growing our first batch, and then we're going to be expanding that out into multiple bins. This is the system that we have been using to grow our first batch of mealworms. The plan with this guy, you can see in here, this is where everybody lives. And these are adult mealworms. These are called darkling beetles. I'll bring one up so you can see. And they're pretty, oh, come on guy, get back on your feet. You know, they're a pretty nondescript little beetle. And a black to brown depending on how fresh out of their cocoon that they're in. So this is the top part of the bin. So you can see the bin is separated into two sections here. Top part has the adult beetles. Adult beetles live up in here. They dig, they eat. They use these little carrot scraps to get their water from. We need to replace those for them. Here's some fresh drink for you guys and gals. So we started out with 200 mealworms, and I let them all grow into maturity. Because while the adult worms are digging around in there, there's a screen underneath, you can see. So that screen allows for mealworm poop and eggs and other small particles to fall through the adult area and down into this lower bin. Now the lower bin is where we're going to be raising our next generation of mealworms. Now female mealworms can lay anywhere from 200 to 500 eggs per individual. So we got 200 mealworms to start. If we go with the average of a 50-50 split, that means we'll have 100 females. And if we go conservative, let's say they each lay 300 eggs, 300 times 100 equals 30,000. So from those 200 mealworms, we should be able to substantially increase our population. We'll save some of them to grow into the next life cycle of beetle, and the rest are going to become chicken feed. So down below here, you can see our little egg crate got relatively buried compared to our system that we had up above it. So we're gonna open this up and see if we can't find any little baby mealies living around. Oh, there's an adult that was hiding. Or you can see these younger beetles, ones that are more fresh out of their cocoon, are a bit more of a brown color, kind of a coffee. And then they turn black as it hardens up. Now a big part of the reason I wanted to get that guy out of the lower bin is you want to keep your adults and babies separate, because adult beetles will eat eggs and young mealworms. So part of this system is that you do want to try to keep everybody separate, and that's why we have the upstairs story for the adult beetles and the lower story for the babies. Now baby mealworms are very small. The only way I've found one in the past is just kind of picking up a handful of this is all wheat bran, by the way, so we pick up a handful of wheat bran and then just try to see if I can spot any bits moving. Yeah, I think I found one. Give me a sec. So they're very small and tough to see, but you've got this little guy moving around. There he is. Hey, little mealy. So yeah, you can see these little baby mealies start to hatch out and crawl around. So there's this. So I'd say we probably have a couple hundred to a couple thousand eggs and babies laying down in here. The next step is actually pretty easy. We're gonna take all the material that's in the bin down here, and we're gonna divide it. Sorry, the heater just kicked on. We're gonna divide it among like 5 or 6 bins, and we're gonna let those start to grow into maturity.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is sift out the medium that we have underneath the adult beetles. The hope here is that we're going to get any of the exoskeletons from the older mealworms that were still in there, and at the same time we'll let the baby mealworms and the eggs all fall through, and we can split those up among our next set of boxes. Using our little sifter here, we're gonna take a big scoop like so, put it over this one here, and just start to shake it out. And this is not a fast process. As you can see, while we're shaking, just slowly getting this material down here. I think I figured out a faster way to do this. I feel like the screen's a little bit too fine. I'm gonna open it up a little bit more and see if we can speed this process up a bit. Okie dokie. Let's see if that works any better. Just a couple of carrots here. We're gonna use these guys, one in each box, and again, the mealworms can come up to it and they'll bite on and they'll drink their water out of the carrots. We'll drop the lids on. So hopefully in a few weeks we'll have a couple hundred to a couple thousand mealworms. Lastly, let's go see the chickens. Hey birds, come on, I got treats for you. Come on birds. Well, that gets the grow out set. It should be a couple more weeks before those mealworms start being big enough to do anything productive with. So stay tuned for our next video and we'll show you guys how to make those breeder boxes.